Hello there Carpologists, I'm Dan. Today we're taking a look at some of the endurance range of luggage from Advanta. First up is the 45 litre Rucksack. Really good all-round size bit of kit. Really comfortable, really well padded. All the stitching is really good. All the zips are two-way zips, which I think is really important. You know, if you've got a one-way zip on something, it means that the handle that you grab hold of is always going to be at one end or the other, and that's normally on a bottom corner, which is really annoying, really hard to get hold of, especially if you put the rucksack down in mud, because then the zip gets all clogged up with mud and so on. But that won't happen with this, because it's got two-way zips on everything, meaning that you can always get the handles at the top or in the middle. Really easy to get to, and they never get clogged up and go stiff. So that's ideal. That's one of the main things that stands out to me first of all. Second of all is how much kit it swallows. I don't take a lot of tackle, so I've put everything that I need for a 24-hour session in here, and it's only about half full. So plenty of space for spare clothes or a bit of food. In the main compartment, you'll be able to get all your stuff, like your large SLR cameras, your main tackle pouches and tackle boxes. I've got pouches of Zig kit, I've got GoPros, lead pouches, everything in there, and like I said, it's only about half full. The other thing to point out, in the main compartment there's a couple of metal bars that run up the back wall and two shorter ones on the floor, and that just stops it from collapsing or folding in if it's not full to the brim with gear. So that means it sits nice and straight all the time, it's never falling over. If you're looking at the face of the rucksack, then there's two main large pockets on the front there. First one is big enough to take catapults, marker floats and so on. Slightly smaller one on the front is where I'll keep all my essentials. My receiver for my alarms, my keys, my phone. On the right hand side of the rucksack there's two medium-sized pockets, the lower one of which I keep things like spare sets of hangers and that. You're not a carp angler if you haven't got 10 sets of hangers with you. So I've got all my spare bobbins in there, my carp care kit, stuff like that. Bit of DPM camo tape. Everyone needs some camo tape. Top pocket, again, things that I use most of all. So I've got my three most used tubs of pop-ups in there. If you're in a hurry, you're trying to bait up a rod real quick, the last thing you want to be doing is digging around to the bottom of a rucksack or in a hook bait pouch. So I just keep them in the top pocket, easiest one to get to, makes things nice and easy. And on the other side, there's a long thin pocket, and you'll notice on the outside of there are a load of elasticated loops. They're double handy for holding your bank sticks if you want to. Like I said, it's a full length long pocket. So in there it's absolutely perfect for keeping your rig box, things like PVA tubes, packs of pegs, anything that's a bit too long to go in a short pocket. To close up the main compartment, just fold the top over. Like I said, there's a two-way zip that goes all the way around, and then there's some buckles, and they fasten over the front and pull down tight like so, just so that any excess space that's not being used almost gets compressed like you would vacuum seal a bag. Those clasps do a similar thing there. On the rear of the rucksack, two very heavily padded shoulder straps and a really well padded and secured back plate there, so you won't feel it digging in your spine or your bones at all if you're skinny like me. So yeah, really good bit of kit. It's very comfy. I've put it on, I've done 2 laps of the lake with it this afternoon, and no complaints at all. Just to finish it off, if you're like me and you rarely actually wear a rucksack, I normally just put it on and off the barrow. There's a carry handle there, right in the centre, right at the top, so it's all well balanced. It's not going to tip over every time you pick it up and put it down. So that's the 45 litre endurance range rucksack from Advanta. The recommended retail price on this is $59.99, although I believe they're currently selling it for just $49.99. Next up is the endurance 3-rod rod holdall. I've always used individual sleeves, and it's not until playing around with this one today that I've realised just how handy it would be to have it all in one sleeve. There's a short pocket on the outside, on the lower half of the rod sleeve there. Just unclips, it's got a nice long zip on it. In there I've currently got a landing net head and my distance sticks, but you'd also put your bank sticks and stuff in there as well if you wanted to, any sort of storm poles, short storm poles for your brolly or bivvy. On the spine of the rod sleeve there, you've got a really comfy and solid carry handle, which is really well balanced. You can see that it doesn't tip either end, and I've got 3 rods in here. It's really well placed, so that stays absolutely straight and true. You've got a long shoulder strap if you don't use a barra and you just want to carry it around. That's really well padded and really secure. That's never going to come undone. And on the other side, You've got a buckle strap at the top and a pocket at the bottom, so you can put an umbrella or a spod and marker rod, whatever you want in that pocket, and it's going to cope with it no problems at all. Today I've had my spod rod in there. And moving on up the top, in this long thin pocket, again really well zipped. As for your landing net pole, just keeps that nice and slim and out of the way, and also acts as an extra spine for the rod sleeve, keeps it all straight. When you open up the rod holder, what you'll find is 3 extremely well padded sections. There's basically 2 flaps of material inside, which creates 3 chambers, 1 for each rod. Like I said, it's really well padded. Your rods are definitely going to be protected in there, and it's a nice smooth material as well. It's not something that your hooks or any sort of rig components are going to catch hold of, because that would be really annoying. The main compartment down where the reels are, you know, there's acres of space in there. I'm trying to think of some of the biggest reels, something like the Shimano long casts. The big pit long cast, they're a massive reel. They're probably one of the biggest big pits on the market, and that would swallow those in there, no problems at all. I've got some tournament sized big pits in there, and like I said, there's acres of room. On the base of the rod sleeve there, again, you've got that same material that you found on the bottom of the rucksack. It's a really heavy duty waterproof material. Again, it stops, you know, when it's stood up in a garage or on the bank, it stops any moisture and water being soaked up into the material, which will eventually obviously make it go rotten. So that's really good, really well thought out. The recommended retail price on the Endurance 3-rod rod holdall should be $64.99, but it's currently available for just $54.99. And lastly, we have the Endurance large Carryall. If you're not a rucksack type of person, then this is the one to go for. Absolutely massive compartment hidden behind a twin zipped main lid. Again, in there, there's absolutely acres of room. It just swallows up tackle. You could probably get a week's worth in there, no problem at all. At either end of the Carryall, you've got these really heavy duty handles for lifting it up and down, moving it around. Large square pocket on either end, ideal for pop-ups, scales, catapults, all your larger items. 2 medium-sized pockets on the front that have both got mesh on the front. On the rear of the Carryall, it's just a slim pocket, ideal for hand towels, bits and pieces like that. Bit of dirty cutlery that you don't want to get in the main compartment with other stuff and get it all contaminated and nasty. Really well padded shoulder strap across the top. Like I said, the 2 lifting carry handles on either end. This one should have a recommended retail price of just $39.99, and they're currently doing them for $34.99. Well, hopefully that's given you a little overview of the Endurance range of luggage from Advanta. Like I said, they're really well made, really well thought out and designed. Every pocket here is designed and made specifically for certain items of tackle. Everything's well catered for. All the zips are heavy duty, the bases are all waterproof. It all seems really sturdy, really well padded, just really well thought out products. For more information, please do visit the Angling Direct website. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.